Happy Friday, everybody. We're coming to you for another live, the last live of the week, a very, very exciting live as we have an update on that 3-day death cross that we've been watching like a hawk on this channel. And it's our crypto and cocktails special. So this is going to be a juicy one, guys. It's going to be juicy because the countdown has started. Start your timers. At least we got notified by Rob first thing in the morning. We got that death cross. Countdown is on. Now, this is where the market gets very, very exciting and where we could potentially see a generational buying opportunity for Bitcoin. We've been discussing a little bit of theories backstage now as to what has happened previously with equities, stocks in the stock market during Bitcoin bear markets, and if they've been correlated and, Bitcoin often precedes the correction before stocks, or if stocks don't necessarily have to correct at all and can keep going up and to the right. So we're going to go over some of those theories in this show and about what the next 30 to 40 days has in store, that potential bottoming opportunity that we are looking for and price levels to watch. Now, not only will you get that, but if you join the group, and remember, we are free until March 1st. The group is free until March 1st. The Hive, I've actually just changed the link. I think it's easier for people to just go straight to the verification bot for Telegram. It'll take you right to that verification bot. You'll click start on the top right-hand side. You'll sign up to BYDFI. No KYC necessary, just your Gmail. And you don't have to copy and paste our referral link. It's already in there. Just sign up. And then once you've finished, you copy your user ID and put it in the verification field and click enter. And you're in, guys. You're in. If you have any problems, you can DM Rob or I in our verification bot, or, just get in touch with us. So I am going to put my username here. This is my only username. And guys, I will never ask you for money or your seed phrase or anything like that. So please just be, stay vigilant and cautious. This is my Telegram name for all of you who are showing up today in the chat. Go ahead and DM me if you're having trouble getting into the group, and we'll make sure to get you your bonus. I know we had some new users today asking about their bonuses. So if you have transferred money to your futures account for any deposit, remember, $5, $10, doesn't matter. You will get a $100 bonus for joining. That is our gift to you. You just have to transfer it to your futures account. So I know a few users have DM'd me about that, and we are in the process of getting those secured for you. And it's so exciting. You get to dip your toes in the water. And just remember that you will be able to stay in the group for free if you're actively trading on our BYDFI link that supports the channel and our partnership. And it gives us an option and a way for you to be able to continue to be there for free as a early supporter of ours, right? So guys, just go ahead and do all that. Get in the group. We're absolutely slaying it. And now is the biggest opportunity of this cycle for sure, and potentially the next 10 years. It's a very important moment in the market. So it's very, very, very crucial that you act now and you don't just sit on the sidelines. You get in the group, because over the weekend, we're going to be coming out with that list of our top altcoins to buy on this dip, and why, with the fundamentals, price charts based on price levels, based on fib charts, and all of the stuff. So you guys have got to get in. You don't want to miss that alpha and that juice. And now to the fun part. Jeannie, welcome to the chat. You're one of the real ones. You know it. And I like that your choice of your beverage of choice today is tea. What kind of tea are you drinking? I know green tea is very, very, beneficial for the health. I'm on a big health kick, guys. I've been doing double sessions at the gym every day for the past 10 days. I'm on a roll and I'm really loving it. Although I will say today I am having a little cocktail because I'm just in the mood, and it's Friday night and I'm feeling it. So I'm going to show you. But Jeannie, I have been drinking tea the last 2 times. So, I love the tea too. So I am drinking my favorite beverage of choice, which is also my brand. It's ATH vodka, and it's actually pretty fun because it lights up for a party, right? And we're going to have the token on the top that's in Costco already. A lot of really cool elements. And this is what blockchain was made for, to be integrated into real world places and stores and getting people excited about it and having a real ecosystem built around it. So I'm drinking out of my queen bee cup because we are the queen bees. Jeannie and all the ladies, we got to get you these cups. As soon as our website is up, we're very, very close to being finished. We'll have that easily shippable to everybody. And so I have a little bit of Costa Rican pineapple mango with a splash of sugar-free lemonade. Yum. All right. So let me know where you're tuning in from, what you're drinking, and how you're feeling. Are you ready? Are you ready to buy the dip? That's the question. Will your emotions allow you to do it, or will you get sucked into all the news and the distractions and your fears, right? Because there's one thing that's consistent over time, and that's human emotion, right? That chart is very, very consistent, and it's proven tried and true. So Let's see, guys. Let's see. We do have an interesting chart here that I just want to show you before we bring Rob up to look at Bitcoin, because we've got some big news on Bitcoin. It is a chart I saw at Bitcoin Magazine. Just a little more confluence on what we were talking about before, about the next 30 to 45 days potentially being the bottom, right? So if you have a look at this chart, it shows that historically Bitcoin has always bottomed 23 months after its previous all-time high. We are now at 23 months since the last all-time high. Wow, it's all happening. It's all happening right now, potentially. Another fun thing is, just zooming out. And for those of you who are like a little bit shaky or don't know what to think about the market right now, maybe it's your first time here. This is really amazing. This is from 2011. It's Hal Finley, right? And Finney, sorry. He's saying Bitcoin and the efficient market hypothesis. Every day that goes by and Bitcoin hasn't collapsed due to legal or technical problems, that brings new information to the market and increases the chance of Bitcoin's eventual success and justifies a higher price. This is coincidentally the theory of all of the most brilliant minds in this space who I aspire to sit down and talk to have on the podcast, to just get inside sort of their mentality. And it's sort of like, it's either going to work or it's going to zero. And if it's going to work, it is going to work in a very, very big way, potentially become the world reserve currency. And so I thought this was fun to look back on and just zoom out and understand what an amazing part of history you are right now. Like, this is like a once in a lifetime thing that happens, and we're on the forefront of it. And I just want you guys to, to be proud that you're a trailblazer, that you're learning these skills, and that you'll be able to pass this down to your family. And it's just amazing. So congrats to all you guys who are showing up during a bear market, because this is where the wealth is truly generated. Matcha. Okay. I'm on a no alcohol now that football is over. All right. I like it. I'm not drinking too much because I'm on a sports kick, but for crypto and cocktails, I may have one cocktail here or there. But yeah, I like it, Jeannie. I like it. We're all about health. We might even be doing the fitness challenge, 90-day challenge within the Hive as well. So now we get a little more interest for that. I know Rob just went to the gym. Let's bring up Rob. What do you guys say? How's it going, Rob?
It's going pretty good. A little bit tired today, but other than that, I'm doing pretty good.
Rob is tired. I've never heard that before. I mean, you're like the guy that just never stops. You always have energy. I mean, if you're in the group, it seems like he's never sleeping, honestly. And I think, Jeannie, you've made that comment before. Rob is like 100% on it, dedicated. We've got a really talented team and also new traders that we are in training. And we're also working on an AI suite for those of you who like bots. We got like lots of stuff coming out with bots. So we just been in full builder mode. And that's what bear markets are for. So if you're part of it now, you'll get to benefit from all of that, because as our early supporters, and we're really proud of that. So we're coming out with some really good stuff.
Yeah, but, just now also thinking about future and what we're going to do in the future, because all things are always changing. So got to always be predicting what the future is going to be, how you're going to be strong in the future. So definitely always get smart to do.
Exactly. We don't want to follow the herd here on this channel, and not even in the way that groups are run, or not to say that it's better than other methods. It's just we want to keep it relevant and always on the cutting edge and play chess with it, right? Like be able to compete with the AI bots, right? Be able to understand how the market is shifting and flowing and changing. And that's what really truly keeps you ahead of the curve.
Yep, definitely so. I mean, bots are going to be ran by algorithms. They're going to be programmed by people. They're going to learn by the way people tell them to learn. So that's all going to be through different algorithms, basically, and through rules, and everything that's rule based, you can exploit somehow and profit out of it. So everybody, I know some people are like, oh, AI is going to take away trading. I'm like, no, it's just going to make it different. That's all. I have a background in multiple different career fields, everything from underwater salvage gas wells to machining. And as my machining background as a machinist, there was manual machinist. Then they had basically robots came out. They're called CNC machines. We had to learn how to program them and how to operate them. It was just a different, then you can make more parts faster. So in my opinion, it's going to be about the same difference. You're going to have to learn how to use these a little bit, and it's just going to be a little bit of a change of things like that. But again, they're going to be, there's still going to be human emotions in the markets, and most of the markets run off of fear and greed, which is the human emotions. If AIs understand that, there'll be fear and greed programmed into the AIs.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of a crazy world we're venturing into, but it's an exciting one. And you better believe we're going to be at the forefront of that, and we're going to be on top of the game. And I second that, Jeannie. Rob is the best. He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT. And, he's leading us down an amazing path. And I can't wait for you guys to see what's in this course. I mean, I'm just serious. Like, it's just going to help you it's going to help you have everything start to click. right? And the more you watch it, the more you practice, the more you backtest, the more you, get your feet wet and get involved, the easier it becomes. And then when we're getting into the easy trading season, man, you will be so happy that you did all this, right?
Yeah, and I mean, best part of the course as well too. What we're going to be calling it, what we're going to have with it as well too. It's going to be called a drip. That's going to be in the group as well too. So we're going to be adding to. It's going to be a self-growing course as well too. So like, you probably, if you're in the group, you've seen some of the live videos I do, and we're going to be doing more of those. And the ones that are really good, that are going to be good to add to the course, are going to be ones that are going to be separated from all the live videos I do in the future here, and they'll be added to as a drip as well too. So you kind of get to see things kind of play out in real time with the same strategies, or if the strategies that are taught need a little bit of adjustment because market conditions always change, there's always going to be needed to be adjustment to the strategy a little bit because things are always a little bit different. You do got to make adjustments. You do got to make it to different market conditions and things that are happening. Like yesterday, like basically yesterday and today, like I looked at the market, I was like, this is kind of like a no trade zone. Like what's going on right now? Like I even posted in a group, like I posted like a setup for a long, and I canceled it. And then it gained again. I was like, all right, let's wait again. I'm going to look to get in again. I think it was Fart Coin. I canceled it 2 times. Like it had a bunch of volume. I was like, all right, got some volume. It broke out. It broke the 1 hour SMA 200, 1 hour SMA 9. We're going to be retesting. That's a 1 day SMA 9 as well too. Came back down to it, and a bunch of sell volume came in. I'm like, nope, cancel the trade, not getting in. Like it's just been kind of one of those no trade zones. It's been just very small moves. So if you're, I mean, I guess you could scalp it, but I'm not sitting on a computer all day right now, so I can't scalp it. So I can't really present the scalps within a timely manner if I'm not at a computer. But just for day trades and small swings right now, it's just not very good market conditions for it.
Right. And you have been keeping us updated on that in real time. And sometimes, guys, it's just a wait and see, right? It's just like sometimes you just got to be patient and sit out on the sidelines. You don't always need to be in a trade. But that being said, our members are still crushing it. Some of the members are still scalping. So we're about to show you some of those results now. But like, this is what it is. When it's nice to time trade, we'll get back in. Market chooses a direction. We just got that death cross. Now things are starting to get interesting. We've got a very interesting month ahead based on history, right?
Yeah. So basically, like I'm more, I believe they're going to be, the risk is better shortened to the downside right now. We just don't want to make sure that, like I've been shorting one token hype for a little bit now. I've been stopped out 5-6 times. I didn't post them all in group, but I'm up 50-60% on it right now. I posted the one short on, I think I posted it twice in group, and I got stopped out twice on it, but I kept trying because I know if I just keep trying the same stuff over and over again, I'm eventually going to win. There's a lot of times those get wicked out. I trade a little bit higher leverage as well too. So I'm not sitting there trying to take a giant loss. So I'm okay with being stopped out 6 times. And then once it takes off, I'm stopped out at 2% profit, 3% profit. And then once it does hold and takes off, I usually get those 1x to 2x gains or so. But it takes a little bit of work. It takes a little bit, all right, stopped out, let's try again. And it wears you down a little bit. But over time, it's kind of like you got to get used to it. Your endurance builds up to it. It's part of the game. So I'm still waiting for some shorts that sit there and take hold from that we've been waiting for from, I guess the suckers rallies maybe is over because I'm watching the charts right now. I believe what we had from that news is a suckers rally, and it seems like it's over as of right now. It's just the downside hasn't fulfilled yet. So we do got the 6-month death cross. We do have the guppy chart that we showed yesterday that gave us the gray, gave us a single for the downside. The question is, when does the impulse move happen? And my goal now that I know it's close, I don't want to sit there and be in and out too much because if I do that, I know I'll miss the big move. Because I've done that many times where I'm getting in and out so much, and then the big move happens where it's like the easy down, like easy to whatever direction you're trading. Then all of a sudden you miss out on these big gains. Like getting in and out, like for a little bit's good, but then once you can start getting closer to that time, say like you have a triangle, you're getting closer to that apex of the triangle. Like it's like, all right, it's time to sit there and slow down a little bit and get the break because we've been trading inside this triangle for a while. We're getting towards the end of it. And it's compressing, and now it's time for a move. We just want to make sure that we're not missing the big move where you make the big money.
That's right. That's right. So the key message out of that is like patience is key right now. Don't be afraid to be on the sideline. Some people are scalping. That's fine. But just know that like a big move may be very, very imminent, like happening very, very soon. I know that like we saw several instances where the break to the downside happened, immediately after the death cross, and other times where we sort of flagged for a while and then had another leg down. So, yeah. So what do you say we dive right into it and have a look at the charts?
Yeah, definitely. Let's go ahead and jump in the charts. And I think there's also news. I'm not sure if you read it yet or not. I was seeing a little bit on X about someone with Iran, and people were getting pulled out of Iran and all different countries. So, I mean, there's some sort of news that might come out that can move the markets as well too. And that
Right.
my thing
A
is,
lot of tension.
so my thing is that catalyst is already out. It's hard for me to sit there and say that's going to be the catalyst that's going to move the market because people may be already pricing in. But hey, you never know. So
You never know. And if there actually is an attack carried out, even if it's not a full scale and it's kind of like the last time this happened, it could still rattle the market. So actually, President Trump came out and says he does not want to use military force in Iran, but says sometimes it may be necessary. So there are a lot of like things alluding to the fact that maybe there will be something carried out there. A lot of people have been evacuated from different countries and their consulates. So yeah, there's many things that could happen right now as a catalyst, right, for that next downward move, but we're already ready for it because we see it in the charts. That's the point here, right?
Yeah, we probably should check the stock market at some point, see if the stock market has a sell-off at the power hour here. That's going to happen in about, or market closes in about 6 minutes. So we'll see what happens after market close here, bell close here. But anyway, so yeah, the death cross, we did get that yesterday. So the red line right here did go underneath the yellow here. The yellow line is at 91,191, and now the red line is at 90,966. So we do have our death cross here. Next week's going to definitely confirm it, so that's going to even move down further. That's going to sit there and start. That's giving us, that's our signal now to basically start the timer. Like what, 35, 40 days or so, we should have the next leg to the downside. So we still got a little bit of time for the leg for the downside to complete that, according to this here. So we got a little bit of time. How far do we go down? Well, I mean, right now, if you kind of look at this pattern here that's being printed, I'm going to go ahead and go into the daily chart because you can kind of see it easier and better, in my opinion. I'm going to do 2 trend lines here. And it looks like we basically are still, like if you do these 2 trend lines, we're like in a new 1-day bearish pendant, basically. And you could measure the move 2 ways. One, you could use the open ends right here. That's going to give us a measured move to 55,000 or 56,000, right? But there's also another measured move you can use as well too. And that there we can go ahead. We'll go into our forecasting here and use, I think it's forecast here. And we'll use the, oh, wrong one. I always mix these 2 up for some reason. Maybe it is bars. Or did I click the wrong one?
I think you might have clicked there.
Yeah, I did say this one. Okay, so this is, so you just take you copy this here. So a lot of people like drawing trend lines and stuff like that. Like this, I like just copying the bar patterns myself, like this, and then putting there. And where I'm putting it here is also the reason why I'm putting it at this level here and not back here is for a reason. I'll explain that in a second here. So right here is 44,000. So there gives us a kind of timeline where we may be ending up here. That's the flagpole right there. So people will use the flagpole as a measured move. So we have a potential measured move of a $44,000 once we break this here. Now, why am I choosing here and not here or something like that? The reason I'm choosing here is this is about 75% of the way of this area right here. So typically when you get like a pendant or something like that's more of a triangle here, this is your apex right here. And typically once this pattern kind of fills about 75% full, I'm gonna say about right here is 50%, and right about here is gonna be about 75%. So maybe I'm gonna move it a little bit to the right, but that's gonna give you about your 75% full area of where this kind of breaks out. So we might have a little bit of time, like to the 6th of next month or so, is what like this area is right here. So 6th to the 10th or so, we may get a breakdown on it. But if we do break down now, all you got to do is just move this over just a little bit here, and that just moves your line just down just a little bit, but not by very much, the way that these angles are kind of put on here. So we have a little bit of time here. We have a little bit of time of breaking for a breakdown here. And if you just if you go into a higher time frame, now you're just sitting there, you just got to move those up a little bit, makes it a little bit bigger. It's going to be just very, it's the patient thing. Once we break one of these trend lines here, we should be getting our move. So just, yeah, patience. We're underneath the 4-hour SMA 9. It's just stuck at this level, basically, it seems like.
Yeah, but it's very exciting at the same time because Now we ripped the band-aid off. We understand it's a bear market. We understand that we're almost to the bottom price-wise of the bear market. Now things start to get exciting again because this is where all the opportunity happens. What will you guys be doing? Will you be buying Bitcoin? Are you having your sights set on some altcoins? I did say, and for all of you who are just now joining or watching this after the fact, we are going to release a list, our top list of altcoins to accumulate during this dip and their fib levels, like price levels to watch, etc., based on many things: chart patterns, fundamentals, my actual knowledge. You guys, I talked to. And I talk to the teams like all of the time. I did have a great call with Theta. I see you, Randall, in the comments just a couple of weeks ago. Talking to Litecoin next week. Litecoin, all the different things, Layer Zero, like all the different projects. I get to talk to them and really understand what's happening in the background. So all of that alpha and knowledge and Rob's charting is going to go into this list. So you've got to be a part of the group if you want to see that list. And the link's in the description below. It's a Telegram group, our VIP trading group. We're 500 members strong. Just go ahead and join us there. I did put my Telegram username here in the comments right here. So if you want to DM me, that's my only username, okay? And I won't ask for money or seed phrases or anything, just your user ID from BYDFI, okay? So just be careful out there. And I think it's funny, Theta, 5 cents. If you want to know, Theta is definitely one of the coins, at least on my end, to accumulate. And we are going to map out those fib levels. So if you want to see it, Randall, you got to join the group. You got to join the group because Theta is going to be on there. And also all of my new learnings about Theta and what they're up to right now. So yeah, some Bitcoin and lots of Theta. I like it. I like it. Arthur Hayes came out the other day from BitMEX, and he said that his portfolio is Bitcoin, ETH, Zcash. So apparently he's still accumulating Zcash, even though the core devs, I think they quit or they left. I don't know. Something happened where they were unsure of the regulation. And it was one other one, just a very small portfolio, but Zcash was one of them. So I found that interesting. So Jeannie, all I have is altcoins. Gonna get me some Bitcoin now. Yeah, Bitcoin. Guys, like Bitcoin, like for long-term investing, I know that, we're doing trading on this channel, but it is a hedge against, your altcoin portfolio. So one strategy is to accumulate, the bigger portion of it being Bitcoin so that, when altcoins are slammed down to the ground, as you've seen, they have been. Now we're at a very important time in the market where altcoins are pretty low, like pretty all-time low compared to the last 5 years, right? But like, Bitcoin is always that hedge, that steady hedge. It doesn't go down as much as the others. And, Bitcoin is what all the sovereign wealth funds are buying, what banks will custody. So it's like the safer part of the portfolio, right? So I think, in my opinion, at least I am accumulating Bitcoin as well to be a part of my long-term holds. So we're also going to trade it all the way up. And it's looking like we're getting to some juicy levels. Here you go. This is literally all you need to know. Just write what Rob mapped out right here. Have your eyes set on that. And just remember, when we do get that like laid to the downside, everybody's going to be saying it's going to go to 30 to 20 to 10, maybe even crazy stuff. Just, stay cool, calm, and collected.
Yes. Yeah. So, I mean, just have those levels like 44,000, 47,000, 50,000, 58,000, all basically on your watch list. Basically, you put alerts on it. If you have Trading View, you just go in there. You can put lines on there, hit green, right click on it, hit add alert to your horizon line. And now once that price level hits that level, your alerts can go off and you just go sit there. You could either put limit buys there if you want to, or two, if you want to, you can sit there and just look at it and see like, all right, I'm going to wait for a small bullish pattern to take an entry here. One or the other. Now, the one bad thing is like the deepest one, like I have right now is this about 44,000 or so. So I'm probably gonna put some limit buys between 45,000 down to 43,000, because the one bad thing is if you've been in crypto for a long period of time, you've learned that whenever chaos hits, sometimes exchanges don't work at that time. So,
yes.
In my opinion, having at the extreme levels at least something in there that you'd never think they would probably get, but you just have some kind of fill on. If it gets filled up while the exchange isn't working, you're probably gonna be very happy. Like, oh, my 44,000 got filled here. It wicked down to 39,000, but now it's up at 50,000. I don't think you're gonna be mad at something like that.
Yeah, it's very true, guys. If you're new to this game, then you won't know that a lot of the exchanges will just shut down during these flash crashes and things. So yeah, it's a great idea.
No matter what exchange it is as well, too. Like, don't think like, oh, I'm on a safe exchange. It's not going to happen. Like Coinbase, Binance, it doesn't matter. It happens to
all of them.
Like,
all of them will do it like clockwork.
yeah. So it's just like, okay, so that's something like strategy wise, you got to be like, so that's why you kind of have to have these mapped out. And like me, you could either do one, you could do like small scale, you could have a scale and idea here. I might work on a PDF throughout the weekend for that, but you might be able to scale in if you want to, but too, like the deepest levels, like having limit buys just sit there just in case they get filled, I think is very important, because
Yeah.
even if you're just trading, like that would be like if you couldn't get it, but it did, like, because it shut down, but you did get it because you had a limit buy sitting there, and say you got a V balance recovery back up to here, back up to like $67,000, you're looking from there to there a 50% gain.
Yeah.
It's like, oh wow, even if it wicked down a little bit, like I don't think you're going to be upset if something like that happens.
Right, absolutely. I mean, this is good information. Yeah, Jeannie, if you're waiting to buy around 48K, then maybe that's a strategy for you to set a limit order there instead of waiting to buy there, because you might not be able to get it at that price if the exchange is shut down.
Yep,
Right.
and I just pulled a fib on these levels well too. That deepest measure move, ironically, which I didn't even plan this out, I just put fibs on it just for fun, is
Look at
the
that.
0.5 fib. Like,
Wow.
like on the dot. I didn't move anything. I was like, okay. I just
That's
had a
pretty
lot of fun
crazy.
with it. Like maybe like we get down to like, so we had that one chart saying $47,000 with that. I can't remember what that line's called that was on there, that moving average type line on there.
Right.
But anyway, say like that is that does get on the 47,000. We have a candle close there, but then it just wicks down to that 44K, and you just get those long wicks that kind of gets eaten up. So this might be a good buy here. And I know from previous bear market, let's go ahead. I'm going to delete that real quick. So we knew that was a 0.5 fib. Let's just go ahead on our last bear market and see how low we went onto the bottom of the bear market. So our very bottom was right here, and up to the top is where you want to pull the fib. I'm going from bottom to top, and look at that, right about the 0.5 fib.
Wow, look at that. That's pretty crazy, because I know that Bitcoin loves the golden pocket, the 618, but maybe not on such a like higher time frame.
Yeah, actually, it seems like it gets a little bit more each time, because I was looking through other ones, but I just know this one here went down to the 0.5 fib. So like if you go to this one over here, if you go like for the, I was thinking, like I have my fib charts for the bull market. I was toying around with them on the idea of bear market fib charts. It's like this one here. If you look at it, it's actually 0.232 for the bear market bottom, from this bottom to this top right here. So
Right.
I thought that was I thought that was a little bit interesting. I think the market's just getting more mature, stuff like that.
Right. No, it's interesting. And that 0.5, how perfectly it lines up. And it also did the same thing last bear market.
Yep.
That's a lot of confluence right there.
And then, I mean, so the great thing about it as well, too, like anybody else who uses fibs, they're
going to see that.
They're going to see that, and they're probably already got buy set there, in my opinion. Actually, let's go ahead. Let me see if this works here. Let's see here. What numbers did we say? Do you remember that?
Like 44. Here, I have it right here. Let's see.
I'm going to go into a heat map here that I pay for. I forget that I have this. I forget to use it. And
Rob does post the heat map quite a bit in the group as well.
This is a different heat map. I never post it because another one lets me. This is a paid version of it.
Okay. So this is 44,218 is where we set that price at, more or less.
Yeah.
So right around the $44,000 level.
Why is this not showing up like I want it to? Well, there's big buys all the way down to $48,000. I can tell you that, and I can't tell you what chart this is. This is the Binance one. Let's look at Coinbase. This is telling me where the hot buys are at, basically.
Right. So we do have it all the way down to that level, to 48,000 at least.
Yeah, I can't adjust anything on it though. I should be able to adjust stuff on it. Let me see here. Trading light. I don't know where it went. Let me go ahead and go out of this again one more time and try one more time. I should be able to adjust how, for the bigger buys. So I want to see where the bigger buys are at, not the smaller buys.
Right. But just even glancing at that chart, you can see how many orders are stacked. Right?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of orders stacked. Like people were waiting for this big pullback. There's buys sitting here for this.
Yes, and that's the interesting thing. So this is what playing chess is all about, guys. is having a look at all of these points of confluence, all of these different price levels. Same for the altcoins, okay, that we're going to be mapping out now, and like getting ready to make your move.
Yep. All right. So here it is. This is what I was looking for.
All right.
There we go. So
that's cool.
yeah, here's a big. So the more I adjust this, will sit there and tell me where the big buys are at and smaller buys. So I'm just going to see where some of the bigger buys are at. So we got some pretty big buys stacked at 59, 54, $50,000. So those there are the big buys are sitting there right now. And this is on, I believe, Binance. So I can see Binance. That's Binance USDT. And I can look at Bitfinex. That one looks kind of weird. I don't like it. Not telling me very much.
Yeah.
Actually, maybe I could go like this. Let me look at Coinbase. So this is some stuff I don't really ever show anybody. So
there you go. You're getting the alpha just for tuning into our YouTube for free, guys. If you like that, smash the like, hit the subscribe, and share this with everybody you possibly can, because this is such valuable information at the point in the market where we're at now.
Yep. So here we go. Same levels on this is Coinbase. So same levels are kind of sitting there. 309 Bitcoin orders sitting there. 406 Bitcoin are being bought right at 50,102. Wow. So lots of buys sitting down in here. Lots of big buys just sitting there waiting. And these are whales that are probably buying down. I'm guessing they're whales buying that many Bitcoin at one time. And they have patience. They'll leave their order sit there until they get filled, basically. And that's how the big players sometimes will play it right there. So just a lot of patience on it and just waiting for their entries.
Yeah. So are you guys going to be able to be patient? That is the question. Where are you going to set your orders at? Jeannie, you said 48K. Yeah, it looks like we have quite a bit big buys stacked up even before that. So yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. Very interesting time. And also, we're going to have time to react. Maybe the 48K will be a wick, but I think that, the early and mid 50s, we may have some time to react around, right? While we try to bottom.
These are live. So what this is showing is live orders, and this could change in a split second. So that's why I don't go off of it too much, because there's a thing called spoofing where people put orders to manipulate price, and there's stuff like that. That's why I don't really go over this too much or talk about it too much and anything like that, because I can't find a way to detect spooking, and I also think it makes things. I found just using regular charts are the best. I do have it sometimes just to kind of glance at to see how it lines up, to see if it kind of plays out, but I never really make my choices based off of this. But I just wanted to go in just for this one here, sitting there. So we're talking about dip buying. Let's see if other people are looking at dip buying at these deep levels as well too. And the crazy thing is, like, I'm not seeing any big sell orders above. So we got this sell order at $75,000. So somebody has a bag right now. If it goes up to $75,000, they're not holding. They think it'll go up to there and then we'll come right back down. You know what I mean? So it's only 163 Bitcoin as well too. So it's not like it's not like a 400 Bitcoin buy down here. So I had to sit there and adjust that quite a bit. Like, so if you see my top left here, where I'm moving this right here, that adjusts. The more I go this way, it shows the bigger and bigger orders highlighted in yellow. And I had to go down pretty far to get that to pop to be yellow to show me that.
Right. No, it's really interesting. Yeah. So this, again, like this, you don't make your decisions based off this, but this is just added confluence to, okay, well, are there any other data points that I can add to sort of like my toolkit of this is what I'm looking at based on previous history, based on fib levels, based on so many things. So we lost Rob there for a minute, but guys, I see you there, Randall. Whatever the Bitcoin bottom is, it will probably 10x from there. Well, maybe not next high, right? Like, I don't know, nobody knows for sure what's going to happen based on history and diminishing returns. Maybe we'll get somewhere into the 200K level, right? For sure. And then as we go on, I mean, analysts and some of the biggest analysts predict we'll hit a million by 2030. I mean, that's literally 4 years away. That's 4 years away. And what I will tell you is that this is the fastest growing adoption curve in history, technology adoption curve, faster than the internet, faster than anything before. And mass adoption happens at around 16% of that adoption curve. And then, it pours in. So we right now are about like 4% adoption. So you are still technically considered an early adopter at these levels. So Yeah, Jeannie, I used to just focus on altcoins to build my altcoin portfolio. But I think, as we've gone through these cycles, we've seen that Bitcoin does need to be a fundamental part of long-term portfolio, at least in my opinion, and how countries are accumulating, how it could become a world reserve currency. I just believe it is a very good idea to have some Bitcoin, and I definitely will be stacking some on this dip, but also altcoin, just not as much, right? Like I'm focused on Bitcoin right now because, as we've talked about previously on this channel, it may take some time for altcoins to bottom after Bitcoin, maybe several months, and that can happen over a long period, and we can still go down lower, right? Like I know, Randall, you were talking about 5-cent beta. It sounds crazy, but it's not impossible, and we can always go lower on the altcoin. So Bitcoin is the rock of the portfolio. I do have quite a bit of ETH. I believe ETH will be the backbone of the financial layer of the internet, and Vitalik is now working on scaling it, and his team, instead of all the layer twos, they're just focused on Ethereum itself, which I think is very, very bullish and what needs to happen. So, that being said, guys, you've got all the information now. You have the blueprint for Bitcoin. We didn't look at altcoins yet. Being because we're just now focused on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin gets another leg down, the altcoins will get hit too. Maybe not as hard as they've gotten hit earlier in the cycle, but they will. And so right now we're not so focused on particular altcoin charts, although we are going to release that altcoin guide in the group this weekend. So you've got to be in there to get it. And you only have until the end of the weekend to join the group for free. And then it becomes a paid group in March. So you guys got to take advantage of that. And it's just so much fun. And we're having such a good time. And there's so many big products about to be released and partnerships. And I hope you're all taking this time to just focus on your skills, on honing in your skills. We have a free beginners course in our group as well in the Trading Academy channel. Take advantage of that. Ask questions. If you need help mastering something, ask Rob, ask one of the mentors. It's just like a phenomenal area to learn, right? So we've been crushing it too. Jeannie, congratulations to you. I've been seeing your wins. You've been putting up all the gains lately in the group. It's just amazing. And we're crushing it together. So that's it, guys. The news we wanted to give is, if you are already in the group and you're in there by the end of the weekend, we are going to give you preferential treatment to the masterclass that we're going to drop, and a fire sale, basically fire sale. A massive discount just for being an early adopter of our group, we'll say. Even though we're 500 plus members strong, we want to reward especially the people who are very active. So what we will say right now is we don't have an active registration form, like pre-registration form yet, but you can DM us and we will note your spot for the masterclass. We're going to open up 10 slots for that, 10 slots at those fire sale rates, right? And we'll announce what that price is on Monday. But it's going to be very, very big sale just for being a supporter and for committing to that and letting us know that you want to do that. So that's it, guys. It's really just such an opportunity right now. I can't express how excited I am for this next wave. Now that we ripped the Band-Aid off, it was scary in the beginning. We thought that something else could be happening, or that maybe we're going into a super cycle. But we're not, right? Like right now, we're not at that point right now. Right now, we're in a bear market, and we just want to know where will we be bottoming and give you guys the best possible chance of success, and to tune out all the noise and focus on the signal, which is like, if you tune into the YouTube, it's all you need. And if you're in the group, then you get it 24/7. So on that note, guys, Rob is such a great TA. He really is good at what he does, and he sees patterns and things that most people don't see. Right. So we're so happy to have you, Jeannie. You're like our, we just love people who are just excited to learn, right? And who are proactive and active in the group. And, even if you're in the group and you're sort of shy and on the sidelines, don't worry. You're very welcome there too. But just try to interact, try to become a part of the community, because you'll be surprised at how much faster you learn and how much faster you get into it when you actually feel like you're getting help from your colleagues and, you're just having a good time. So yeah, it's your first group. Oh, welcome. I'm so glad that we get to be your first group, and I can't wait to get you your Queen Bee mug. So Rob got kicked out. I see he's writing in the chat here. I don't know if he's going to be able to come back. Let's see here. He just got kicked out. I didn't get kicked out. I'm still here. I think you guys can still hear me because you're reacting to me. So I don't know what's going on with Rob, guys, but we might have to end the stream on that note. So yes, Queen Bee mug all the way, Jeannie. You have the blueprint for Bitcoin now. If you want the altcoins, you've got to join the group. It's a bot. To get into the group, you just have to sign up to BYDFI exchange, right? No KYC, just your Gmail. And then our referral ID is already copy and pasted, so you don't need to do that. You just need to copy and paste your user ID at the end and paste it into Telegram and hit verify. That's it. And then you'll be in the group, and then you'll get your $100 bonus for any deposit. All right. So please do join us. We love each and every one of you. We really appreciate all your support. And we're so excited to get you that altcoin list and to get rocking and rolling in this bear market, because that biggest mega generational wealth opportunity is upon us potentially in the next 30 to 40 days. All eyes on Bitcoin. It's all in, guys, locked in, laser focused, and that's it. So I hope you guys have a wonderful, fantastic weekend. Cheers to you, and we'll be seeing you on Monday. And for those of you who are already members of the Hive, we'll be with you in the Hive all weekend, rocking and rolling. So that's it, guys. Have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you on Monday.